50 Days of Fuego, Day 10, Sangria. Happy Saturday, welcome to Day 10 of 50 Days of Fuego. I had such a good response from the punch video last Saturday that I've decided to make every Saturday a communal drinking day. So every Saturday I'll be doing a drink that will work for a big party, just a few friends, basically more than just one cocktail. So today we're going to be doing a very classic group cocktail, the Sangria. Sangria I'm making today is going to be a little different than the usual red wine Sangria we're used to. I'm going to be making a sparkling white wine Sangria. But that's the cool thing about this recipe is Sangria is very adaptable. You can switch out ingredients. You can, if you don't like a certain juice, you can switch it out for another juice. If you don't like a certain liqueur, you can switch it out for another liqueur. It's pretty well-rounded and you can pretty much make whatever you want out of it. I've made this sparkling white Sangria before for restaurants and it's been extremely popular, but you can switch out whatever you want. So let's go ahead and we'll get started with the Sangria. So with regular Sangria, you usually start with like a Spanish brandy or something as your base for your strong. So we're actually going to be using, of course, FWAYGO White Rum. This is going to add that kind of sweet vegetal that you really want in your Sangria. We're going to go ahead and add to our pitcher about 3 ounces. For my liqueur, usually you can use a triple sec or any kind of like fruit brandy. I'm actually using a ginger liqueur. Again, this drink is really adaptable. You can use, if you don't like ginger, you can use any kind of like flavored liqueur that you want, any kind of fruit liqueur. And I'm using about 2 ounces of ginger liqueur. For our fruit juices, I'm using a little bit of fresh squeezed orange juice, about 6 ounces. And about 6 ounces of white grape juice. And to counteract the sweetness of that liqueur, I'm using about 2 ounces of fresh squeezed lemon. Now this is the cool part. So we're gonna add some fruit in. Got a little bit of Meyer lemon, got some apple, got some cucumber. So we'll go ahead and throw that in too. Stir it up a little bit. Now this is where you can stop. Honestly, if you've got people coming in later and you just want to pre-make this, this is basically your base for this cocktail. And if you wanted to, you could just cover it up, stick it in the fridge, and honestly, all it's going to do is get better. That fruit is going to give all flavor to the spirits, and it's just going to make a deeper, more well-rounded drink in the end. But we want to make it for right now, so we'll go ahead and act like all our friends are here and we're ready to make. So take a dry sparkling wine. I'm using a cava. It's a Spanish sparkling wine, but I usually try to stick with the dry stuff. If you like it a little bit sweeter, you can use something with a little bit sweeter profile, but I think it works pretty good with the dry stuff. So we'll go ahead and add our full bottle of sparkling white wine. Stir it as we go, make those bubbles go down. And for an herbaceous kind of aromatic, I'm going to add a nice little handful of fresh mint that I just picked off the stems. And that's going to add a nice nose to it. Again, if you're pre-making this, you want to wait and add that mint right before you serve so it keeps that kind of fresh nose. And there we go. We have our white Sangria ready to serve. So let's pour us a glass. Now you can use any glassware you like. I usually like to use wine glasses just simply because it makes it a little bit more fancy. So we have our wine glass filled with a little ice. We're gonna pour our white Sangria over. Garnish with a little bit of fruit that we had sitting in the mix. And maybe a little sprig of mint. There we are, a white wine Sangria. Now this is of course a more summery version of the sparkling white wine Sangria. If you wanted to do a holiday version, maybe switch out the orange juice for a little bit of spiced apple cider, maybe the liqueur, do a heavy orange with a little bit of spice like an allspice or cinnamon. Now the Fuego is going to work either way. The vegetal notes of Fuego work really well in the kind of the bright citrus of the summer version, while the warm molasses flavors of Fuego work really well in the spicy seasonal version too. But either way, they're going to be delicious. Give it a try yourself, switch out some ingredients, let me know what you think, how yours turns out. It's really kind of hard to go wrong, and it's a crowd pleaser no matter what. Thanks again for joining me on 50 Days of Fuego, day 10, and we'll see you tomorrow.